Hi everybody. I wanted to come on here today to chat to you about something that happened to me this week. And I don't know whether it's because Leo season started yesterday and I am a Leo, and maybe that Leo energy is coming through. Apparently the next year is, a huge year for Leo, so let's see. I love this stuff, but I don't know whether I 100% believe in it. But I had the opportunity this week I'm on a business trip, and I had the opportunity to surround myself with some colleagues that I know really well, and then other people who I'm meeting for the first time, and new connections, new network. And there were two things that happened to me yesterday and the day before that I feel like I want to share, and it's quite hard for me to share because I'm not that person who speaks about themselves. I'm quite a humble person. I'm not someone to tell you how amazing I am and brag about all the skill sets I have. But it was just so eye-opening to me, these interactions that I had, and you'll understand when I explain them in a moment. And it's really made me feel like the last 2 nights going to bed and waking up and thinking about like my day and my week and my year ahead and the future. It's just really making me feel that maybe I've not tapped into some of my skills yet to its maximum potential. So let me tell you what I mean by this. So first of all, I was meeting somebody for the very first time. She's new. She's coming in from even a different department. She's like sales, commercial, and a little bit more senior than me. I think so. And she's got a lot of experience, and we spent 2 days together, and she said to me at the end of yesterday, what is your exact designation? So I was telling her I'm a director of treatments and services, and she was kind of like asking me a lot of questions, and I was kind of wondering why. I'm always skeptical when people ask me so many questions, because I kind of, is there an ulterior motive? Are you trying to find something out? And she told me, you give off VP vibes. And for me to hear that is, well, I'm not a VP. I've got an executive director level to get through first before I become a VP. But it was so insightful to hear somebody else see that that's how I show up every day. Like I said, I'm striving to be an executive director yet. VP hasn't even crossed my mind yet. And for somebody else to see that that's the way I show up, that's the confidence I bring, that's the command and authority I bring to the conversations that I'm having, I just thought it was really motivating that other people see me as that way. Because sometimes, I think everybody can have imposter syndrome at sometimes. Sometimes I think, am I really as skilled as, people think I am? And I know I am deep down inside, but it was just really motivating to hear that is the energy that I'm giving off in my day-to-day and when I'm presenting and facilitating. And so that was the first scenario. And to hear it from somebody who doesn't know me and is an outsider and is meeting me for the first time. And then another person just yesterday at dinner, somebody I work a little bit closer with, but I still don't know super well because she's consulting for us at the moment. And I kind of look up to her because she's come from VP level in education for makeup, skincare. And she's obviously a little bit more senior than me. She's got more experience. So I kind of look at her as a little bit of a mentor, even though I don't engage with her super often. And she was telling me at dinner that, how, and this is really hard for me to say on here, how amazing I am at what I do. And, I'm an amazing facilitator and so engaging, and everybody sort of hangs on to every single word. And, I've really worked on that over the last 20 years because I used to be very quiet, and I used to be, not very confident in my tonality and my voice. And I know that I'm good at what I do, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have relocated for my job to the US from Dubai if I didn't know I had the skill set to do it. But to hear it from somebody else who is more senior and has more experience, it was just very humbling. And she was telling me, you're great at what you do, and you're an amazing esthetician, coach. I train all of our estheticians, I coach all of our education regional heads. And she was saying, but you have so much more to give outside of the skincare space. And I think she was genuinely just saying, like, you have so much more to give that's like and I think her words were, is so beyond your current role. But again, I was just like, oof, that makes me think, like, what is the future for me? Like, what? And it's not like I'm looking to change what I'm doing. I actually love what I do, but it's like, how do I continue to do what I love, but also develop myself to maybe go explore different things and become a mentor for other people. And they were talking amongst themselves about, like, you know, like, there's mentorship programs at my company, and they were like, you know, like, you could join it and be mentored, but you could also they were like, you bring this level of energy and authority that you can be a mentor for somebody who's manager level and below. And it just made me think, like, never undervalue the skill set that you bring. I know it's hard sometimes that we get so bogged down in our day-to-day, and sometimes we have imposter syndrome, and sometimes, you know, we think, are we bringing enough to the table? Is my work good enough? And, you know, that is stress and everything else bogging us down. But I just wanted to come on here and humbly tell you, because this is really hard for me, because I'm not somebody to come on here and brag about what the skill set that I have, but, you know, don't underestimate yourself. If you feel, well, everybody, I'm not even going to say if you feel, like, everybody has more to give. Everybody has a skill set, and this is really my Clifton Strengths talent coming out now. Everybody has a talent, and just find what you love doing and continue to learn and develop. And I remember I went to a women's event when I first moved to Florida. Shout out to Corliss, who invited me to that, and it was all about women empowerment and how do we have more presence. And my advice to everyone was, never stop learning. The moment we stop learning and developing ourselves is the moment that people question whether as a woman you deserve to be in that room or not. And I'm lucky enough to work in an industry that I'm surrounded by powerful women every single day, but I know that's not the case for everybody. So if I was in a different environment, like, I would want to make sure, like, continue to learn, continue to develop yourself, focus on your development, because that will make sure when you walk into certain rooms that you know that you belong there, you feel empowered, and no one will ever question you. But you can't do that if you don't continue to learn and develop yourself. So a little bit of a TED talk this morning, sorry about that. I know it might sound like a little bit of a brain dump on you all, but I wanted to come on here. Hopefully that's motivating for somebody else. It also just reminds me of surrounding yourself not only with the right people but new people. Like, I know sometimes you surround yourself with new people and this doesn't always happen, but the moments when it does, it makes you realize, like, this is why I network, this is why I put the effort into these things, because you never quite know who you're going to surround yourself with, you never quite know who you're going to meet, and that could be the turning point in your life to think about you and what you want to do a little bit different. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that's starting your Thursday to its maximum, you know, ability, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.